Hello everyone, I welcome you all. In previous lecture we have seen step-by-step procedure of design of pre-stressed one-way concrete slab. This were the step-by-step procedure and today we will be designing one-way PSC slab. One-way PSC slab. Let's have a look towards the problem statement. This is the problem statement for one-way PSC concrete slab. The deck slab of road bridge of span 10 meter used to be designed as one-way PSC slab with parallel post tension cables in each of which the force at the transfer is 400 kN. If deck slab is required to support a UDL of 25 kN per meter square with compressive and tensile stress in concrete at any stage that not exceeding 12 Newton per mm square and 0 Newton per mm square respectively. Calculate horizontal spacing of the cables. Assume loss ratio eta is equal to 0.80. This is nothing but problem statement so as to design pre-stressed one-way slab. Now let's move towards the solution. Now this was our problem statement. Hope that you have noted down the problem statement. Now let's move towards the solution. Given that Lx is 10 meter, that is nothing but span of the slab panel. Pre-stressing force is given as 400 kN. Final load intensity on the slab is given as 25 kN per meter square and FCT and FTT values are given. FCT and FTT values are given. FCT is nothing but FC1 and FTT is nothing but FC2, that is allowable compressive stress, and this is nothing but allowable tensile stress in the concrete, FC1 and FC2 respectively. Now you can see in this question it was said that with the compressive and tensile stress in the concrete at any stage that not exceeding 12 Newton per mm square and 0 Newton per mm square respectively, that is nothing but compressive value is given as, that is FC1, FCT 12 Newton per mm square and FTT as 0 Newton per mm square. 12 Newton per mm square and 0 Newton per mm square. Now our very first step is determination of bending moment and design load. Very first step is determination of the bending moment and design load, whereas load intensity on the slab panel was given as 25 kN per meter square. Hence we can calculate moment due to load intensity as WQ into L square by 8, and it comes to be 312.5 kN meter. This you can get by substituting all the values. Substitute WQ as 25, length of the slab is given as 10 divided by 8, you will get moment as 312.5 kN meter. Here let H is nothing but thickness of the slab in mm and B is nothing but width of slab in mm. H is nothing but thickness of the slab in mm, B is nothing but width of the slab in mm. Now, in previous video we have seen the equation, and moment due to dead load we can calculate by the formula 25 BHL square divided by 8 into 10 raised to 6. You can go through this equation explained in the previous video. Mg is equal to 25 BHL square divided by 8 into 10 raised to 6. Substituting all the values, as here B and H are unknown. Hence we can write Mg is equal to 25 BH, L is nothing but 10 meter, converting it into mm into 10 raised to 3 square divided by 8 into 10 raised to 6. Hence we get equation as 312.5 into B into H, Newton mm. We get equation as 312.5 B into H, Newton mm. Just we have simplified this equation in the terms of B and H. Now second step is determination of thickness of slab. Determination of thickness of the slab. Now FCT is 12 Newton per mm square, as we have written this in given. FCT is nothing but allowable compressive stress and FTT is nothing but allowable tensile stress, which is given as 0 Newton per mm square as per the problem statement, or you can say FC1, FC2. Please don't get confused with the notation. You can either use FCT or FC1 and FTT or FC2. Now range of stress can be calculated by formula FBR is equal to eta into FCT minus FTT. FBR is equal to eta into FCT minus FTT, range of stress. And here eta is given as 0.80. In problem statement, eta was given as 0.80. And substituting all the values, we get range of stress FBR is equal to 0.8 into 12 minus 0. Hence, range of stress will be 9.6 Newton per mm square. Now, minimum section modulus required. Minimum section modulus required is Z equal to ZB equal to ZT, since section is symmetric. Hence, section modulus of bottom and top will be same, that is Z. And this equation you can go through in previous video where procedure was explained. BH square by 6 is equal to MQ plus 1 minus eta into mg divided by FBR. Now you might be knowing we are designing the slab for unit width, that is width of 1 meter. Hence, calculating for 1 meter width, that is B equal to say 1000 mm. Substituting all the values, this B as 1000, H is unknown, divided by 6, MQ we have calculated as 312.5 into 10 raised to 6, we are converting into Newton mm, plus 1 minus eta it given in problem statement as 0.8 into mg we have calculated as 312.5 into B into H in terms of BH, divided by 9.6. Again substitute this B as 1000, that is per unit width of slab panel. 1000 into 8 square by 6 is equal to 312.5 into 10 raised to 6 plus 1 minus 0.8. Substitute this B as 1000. 312.5 into 1000 into H is unknown, divided by 9.6. Hence, on calculation we get depth of slab as 461.83 mm. 461.83 mm. And you can round up it to H is equal to 470 mm. H is equal to 470 mm. In this way, we have determined the thickness of the slab. Now our third step is pre-stress force required. Determination of pre-stress force required. Here H we have calculated in the previous step as 470 mm, B as 1000 mm. Let us calculate section modulus ZB ZT equal to Z equal to BH square by 6. B is 1000, H is 470 divided by 6, hence Z will be 36.81 into 10 raised to 6 mm cube. And bending moment due to dead load, that is mg we have calculated in the term of BH, that is 312.5 into B into H. Substituting the values 312.5 B 1000 into H as 470 mm, we get dead load moment as 146.87 146.87 kilonewton meter, or you can say 146.87 into 10 raised to 6 Newton mm. Now you might be knowing pre-stress is given by F superior is equal to FTT minus mg by ZT. Here FTT is nothing but FC2. Don't get confused. FTT is nothing but allowable compressive stress in the concrete. FTT. F superior is nothing but stress at the top, that is sigma T, stress at the top extreme fiber. Now substituting all the values in F superior as FTT divided by FTT minus mg by ZT. FTT is 0 as per problem statement. Dead load moment we have calculated as 146.87 into 10 raised to 6 Newton mm divided by ZT. Section modulus we have calculated as 36.81 into 10 raised to 6 mm cube. Hence F superior will be minus 3.411 Newton per mm square. You will get F superior as 3.9411 Newton per mm square and F inferior as FTT by eta mg plus mq divided by eta into ZB. You should remember all these formulas. Hence F inferior is equal to, as FTT is 0, hence 0 plus mg is 146.87 into 10 raised to 6 plus mq is 312.5 into 10 raised to 6 divided by eta 0.80 into ZB. We have calculated section modulus Z as 36.81 into 10 raised to 6. Hence we get F inferior value as plus 15.49 Newton per mm square. Now don't forget, in previous video I have said that during calculation you are supposed to consider all these values of F superior and F inferior. That is, during algebraic summation or algebraic calculation, don't forget to consider these values. Now this is in minus, this is plus, hence here this is nothing but tensile force, this positive indicates it is compressive force. Don't forget to consider this negative sign. During calculation you will come to know. Hence pre-stressing force P is calculated as A by 2 F inferior plus F superior. A is nothing but B into H. F inferior we have calculated as 15.49. F inferior we have calculated as 15.49 and F superior as minus 3.941. Hence F superior is minus 3.9411. Substitute the values. B is nothing but per unit weight, that is 1000. H is 470 divided by 2. 15.49 plus minus becomes minus 3.9411. Hence we get pre-stressing force as 2702.7 kilonewton. 2702.7 kilonewton. Now we will be calculating eccentricity E is equal to, formula you might be remembering, Z by A divided by F inferior minus F superior divided by F inferior plus F superior. Section modulus Z we have calculated in the previous steps as 36.81 into 10 raised to 6 divided by area, that is unit width, into thickness. F inferior we have calculated as 15.49 minus F superior we have calculated as minus 3.9411. Don't forget to consider this negative sign. F inferior we have calculated as 15.49 plus F superior as minus 3.411. And this minus will become plus, this plus minus will become minus. Then we get on calculation eccentricity as 130 mm. 130 mm. Next step will be, this was our step 4. Hence, this was our step 4. Now we will calculate spacing of the cables. Spacing of the cables. Prior to that, number of cables we are supposed to calculate, and this will be total pre-stressing force, that is 2702.7 kilonewton. Here we have calculated total pre-stressing force into 2702.7 kilonewton divided by force in single cable as given in the problem statement. Here you can see in problem statement it was mentioned force at the transfer is 400 kilonewton. This is the force induced in single cable. Hence, number of cables required will be approximately 7 cables. 7 cables. Now spacing of cables is equal to 1000 into 400 divided by 2702.7, that comes 148 mm. Hence, adopt spacing of 140 mm center to center. Don't forget that you might be knowing spacing is always rounded up on the lower side. Hence, adopt spacing of 140 mm center to center for cables spanning in span direction, as it is one-way slab. Now we will move towards the reinforcement diagram. Now this is our reinforcement diagram. This is the slab panel. This is the 10 meter length, that is span of the one-way slab. This is the section XX. Now for a while we have designed 7 cables, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cables. Now you might be knowing we have assumed per meter width. Hence the 7 cables were in per meter width of slab. Hence the 7 cables were at per meter width of slab, and these cables are provided at 140 mm center to center. As during the slab we consider unit width, hence these 7 cables were for 1 meter width of the slab, and spacing we have calculated as 140 mm center to center. Now this is the section XX. This is the section XS, and say this is the neutral axis. Now eccentricity E we have determined as 130 mm. Eccentricity E we have determined as 130 mm. Depth of the slab is 470 mm. Hence h by 2 will be 470 divided by 2, that is nothing but 235 mm. Hence this will be 235 mm, and eccentricity we have calculated as 130 mm. Now don't forget that slab is subjected to UDL, hence its bending moment will be parabolic in nature or second degree curve. Hence cable profile will be parabolic in this way. This will be the cable profile, and eccentricity is always measured from neutral axis, and distance from neutral axis to the soffit will be remaining, that is 230 minus 130 is equal to 105 mm. This will be 105 mm. Now this is section X. This is the overall depth D is equal to 470 mm. Cable is provided at an eccentricity of 130 mm as per calculation. Eccentricity is measured from the neutral axis, and in this way cable profile will be provided in the spanning direction. As slab is subjected to the UDL, hence BMD will be second degree curve, that is in parabolic nature. Hence parabolic nature of the cable profile, as cable profile is analogous to the BMD, hence cable provided will be parabolic in nature at eccentricity E of 130 mm at the midspan. In this way you are supposed to give reinforcement detailing for one-way PSC slab. For any queries or doubts, you can comment or go through the notes. Link for the notes is provided in the description box. In the upcoming video, we will be designing prestressed concrete two-way slab. Till then, thank you very much. Also, you can take this question as homework of one-way PSC slab design. Try to solve this and try to design this one-way PSC slab. For solution or any doubts, comment, or you can go through the notes provided in the description box. Thank you very much.